da, 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 da.
Today, a special one here in Birmingham. A new kit makes its debut on a night where we get a rivalry renewed. And what could be the only meeting of this Southern showdown this season? Memphis comes to town with some familiar faces trying to turn things around against Birmingham Legion, who are looking to keep their unbeaten run going. It's another edition of Southern Harm, and it comes your way next. Good evening from Protective Stadium here in Birmingham, Alabama, and welcome to our coverage of the USL Championship tonight, featuring Birmingham Legion taking on Memphis 901. Up here in our press box here at Protective Stadium, glad to have you with us on this Saturday night. Alongside Morgan Copes, I'm Blake Gardner, and Morgan, the 16th edition of Southern Harm tonight. What do you expect?
Listen, these two teams, these two cities love barbecue, and where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's going to be plenty of that tonight. There's always a little bit of an extra edge in a derby match, particularly between Memphis and Birmingham. There's lots of players that have played on both sides of the ball tonight. I look to see a little bit more intensity in this match as they kind of get forward to go and get 3 points.
Well, Birmingham comes into the night feeling pretty good. Memphis trying to turn this skid around, and to do that, they're going to need to find a way to create some goal-scoring opportunities here in Birmingham tonight. It's been Knight Pickering who's led the line for Memphis, but they're shoveling things up just a little bit here this evening.
That's right, they are, but don't discount Knight Pickering coming off the bench and making a really big impact in this game. He has the ability, he'll have fresher legs than everybody else, and he has the ability to get behind, score score goals and really get at defenders. And, you know, he scored the game winner in their only win this season. So he's somebody who's certainly a player that Legion FC should look out for.
Speaking of Legion FC, you really like what you've seen from Dawson McCartney so far this year.
I really do. Had an early season injury, didn't quite get into the first couple of games, but since he's come on, his vision is so good. He has the ability to hit that long-range pass with his left foot to free up either Pasher or free up Prosper Kasim. He freed up Pasher for the game winner against Loudoun. He's certainly somebody who I think can continue to create chances for Legion FC.
We'll see if he does so once again tonight. It's Birmingham Legion, it's Memphis 901. This rivalry matchup comes your way when we return to the Magic City right after this.
Hey, I'm Chelsea, and a little thing I like about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is I think it's just a perfect combination of ingredients. The pepper jack cheese and that spiciness of the sandwich. It's the right type of spice and the right amount of spice. It's crunchy on the outside, but then really tender on the inside. And then, obviously, the pickles on the bottom are iconic. There are too many things I like about it. I don't know if I can finish the thought.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
I need to try it first. Season tickets on sale now.
Welcome back to our coverage of Southern Harm tonight here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Almost time for kick, but first, let's get a look at each side's starting 11s brought to you by Budget. And Morgan, let's look at Stephen Glass and Memphis 901 FC first.
Certainly. I'm going to point out three different players. Marlon Santos, number 11, Lapa 10, and Keem Ward, number 14. All on that left side for Memphis and through centrally. They all played for Legion FC at one point and have played in this game on the other side. Look for them to make an impact. Keem Ward leads Memphis in chances created today. So look for Fernando to get on the end of something from Keem Ward tonight if Memphis is going to get 3 points.
And on the other side for Tom Stone and Birmingham Legion, the debut of a brand new kit, but the same starting 11 they've shown the past week.
And no reason to change anything. In the last 4 games that they've played in all competitions, they have not lost yet. They are figuring this back four. They are adapting to that much better than they were as the back three. Look for them to kind of continue to build on that solid foundation that they are setting as they look forward to going and getting 3 more points against Memphis tonight.
Our referees tonight are led by Alejo Kalume. The Florida native gets his first USL Championship assignment of the year after he did 9 USL Championship games last year, plus 6 additional matches in USL League One. There's Stephen Glass, the second-year head coach of Memphis 901. The 47-year-old was a former head coach of Atlanta United 2, also an interim head coach of Atlanta United in MLS, along with a stint across in Scotland at Aberdeen. On the other touchline, Tom Stone, now in his 6th season with Birmingham Legion. His side under his watch has gone to the playoffs each of his first 5 seasons here in the Magic City. Speaking of the Magic City, that guy Bruno Lapa used to play for Birmingham Legion, now playing on the other side of the Southern Harm rivalry as Enzo Martinez and Birmingham Legion get this 16th edition of Southern Harm underway here tonight. What a gorgeous night for soccer it is. 77 degrees at kickoff. One thing to watch is the breeze tonight, gusting up to about 20 miles an hour at times as Marlon Santos, able to turn the corner against A.J. Patterson, lost his footing, and not enough in it for a foul of any kind, says Alejo Kalume. It'll be a goal kick for the Legion. That's something to keep an eye on tonight. Marlon Santos, man, Birmingham Legion fans plenty familiar with from his time here, already gets another touch early.
And it looks as though Memphis has almost come out with two up front. They've got Duncan sitting as a 6, and then Hinman alongside Fernando and Borzak, with Lapa and Santos up front. Interesting to see. They're playing very, very high to start this game.
Kavita lobs it over the pressure, and Roof flicks it on. Lucas Turchi clears it back towards the central part of the park, and it falls kindly for Marlon Santos. Lapa trying to play direct. Fernando made the run, but coming off his line, Fernando Delgado, the 17-year-old goalkeeper on loan from Real Monarchs, making his second ever start as a member of Birmingham Legion. He makes his first collection, and he was awfully good in his Birmingham Legion debut last weekend at Miami.
Yes, I was really impressed with him, the way he came out. Comes into the team just a couple days after getting signed, starts, gets a clean sheet, has a good performance all around. And you know, one thing that won't show up in the stats is the double save that he made at the very end. That wouldn't have counted anyway, but the fact that he made that save was very, very impressive.
Jake Roof getting forward here for the Legion on that flank, gets the serve away towards Pino, and it's an early catch for Tyler Derrick. Derrick more than double the age of Fernando Delgado, his opposing goalkeeper tonight. The 35-year-old from Spring, Texas, has been goalkeeper #1 this year for Memphis. Memphis looking to break over the top once again. Fernando and Marlon on the run. Marlon able to turn and flick it forward. Fernando and Kavita fighting in the air, and no whistle blown. A lot of contacts. Referee letting it play. Stretch of possession here for the visitors. Memphis 901 FC working in those white kits tonight. Birmingham Legion, the debut of their brand new black Vulcan kit here this evening. Unveiled a couple of days ago at the Vulcan Museum just outside of Birmingham. That stay in play, yes it did. Memphis allowed to maintain possession. Akeem Ward keeps it moving. Back four of Ward, Turchi, Vom Stieg, and Oscar Jimenez tonight for Memphis. Zach Duncan, lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed onside. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combined to give Memphis the opening goal of this edition of Southern Harm.
And Memphis has come out on the front foot. In Legion FC, you can see they're kind of sitting in a lower block, and Memphis is getting at them. They are not taking their foot off the gas pedal. The pressure's very high, and you can see they get in behind there with Santos, gets the ball across to Lapa. Easy finish as you like. Great start from Memphis 901 FC tonight.
Goal brought to you by AT&T as the first of the year for Bruno Lapa, his 6th as a member of Memphis 901 FC. And nobody in this history of this rivalry between Birmingham and Memphis has scored more goals than that guy, Bruno Lapa. Most of them came for Birmingham. Now he pulls one back for Memphis. Another look here.
Yeah, you see Santos gets in behind, pitches the ball back, and again, no one there to put any pressure on Lapa as he just puts it past Delgado to give them the lead.
So Bruno Lapa puts Memphis on the board first. Birmingham working quickly back the other way. Let's get one more look at this goal from behind the net. Cool finish from Lapa. Birmingham earns a corner, the first of the night for either side, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
You can see the wind is really whipping in. It's going to be an in-swinger here from Martinez, but that wind is going to do a lot of dirty things to that ball as it comes across.
Again, breeze 10 to 12 miles an hour, but gusting up to 20 at times tonight. It's blowing straight north, right into the mouth of goal here on this side of the park. Martinez, a driven service that's sent right back at him. It'll be rinse and repeat from that same flag. Martinez picks someone out on this second serve. Not this time. Waiting arms at Tyler. Derek, he makes a clean catch without much trouble.
That's very good goalkeeping. Legion FC have to be careful here because Pasher was caught up just a little bit and Delgado could get in behind.
Good work by Pasher, went shoulder to shoulder with Luis Fernando.
That's great recognition from Derek to get that ball, claim it cleanly, come out, claim it cleanly, and then pick his head up and then be able to pick a pass and play the pass from a technical perspective that could get Delgado in behind. Legion FC need to make sure they pay attention and don't let that happen too often.
Dawson McCartney with a bit of width here, got his serve away, too tall for Pino, but it falls for Kasim. His shot, and it's the first save of the night for Derek.
There's McCartney getting down that left side that we talked about before the game tonight. It has a great left foot. His service can be impeccable. Puts in a really good cross. Nobody in the end of it at that point. But look for him to continue to get in and around there.
Jimenez sends it long once again in the direction of Marlon Santos. Memphis not shy about what their strategy is off the top, and here comes Marlon Santos. His shot parried by Delgado. Marlon collects the rebound. Lapa tried to get it back to him, but to no avail. Enzo Martinez bumped from behind, free kick given, but Marlon Santos is causing all sorts of problems here the first 6+ minutes.
That's the third time he's gotten seemingly the better of AJ Patterson so far. He's gotten in behind him a couple times as well, so that's something that you can kind of see on camera that Santos is kind of keying in on Patterson, so that you need to make sure that he continues to get in behind if you're Memphis, and if you're Patterson, you need to figure out how to deal with it and adjust.
Talked a lot about the former Legionnaires playing for Memphis. Bruno Lapa and Marlon Santos here early. There's one other as well not available for selection tonight as we look at our injury report. Nico Brent, an upper body injury, has kept him out of the 18 tonight for the visitors. He's the only man on Memphis' injury report. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, Matt Van Oekel dealing with a bit of soreness but is in the 18. Mikey Lopez, Matthew Corcoran are out of it. Mohamed Bouya Turay is also working back from an injury of his own. Ball over the top is a bit too tall for Dawson McCartney, and Morgan gives us a chance to look at our keys to the game tonight. Let's start first with Memphis, an early goal for the visitors.
Absolutely, and now it's going to be for them. Coach Glass talked about staying switched on mentally from a defensive perspective. We talked about finishing their chances. They've had one, boom, they're 1-0 up. But that's going to be key for them. And then for Legion FC is to manage the game, right? Play the game, not the occasion. And so they need to continue to do that, and hopefully they'll come away with 3 points here.
Birmingham captain Fanwell Kavita brings the brack under control, finds Fernando Delgado, the goalkeeper. Kept a clean sheet last week at Miami. No chance of that tonight. An early goal for Bruno Lapa in Memphis. Much needed shot in the arm for the visitors. Memphis comes into the night with just one win so far in 6 USL games. They did take out Miami United in the US Open Cup 2-0 behind a brace from Knight Pickering. Saw it on the keys to the game. Memphis trying to finish those chances they create. Creating chances, Stephen Glass said, hasn't been much of an issue. It's been finishing those chances. Early clinical finish from Lapa has given Memphis an early edge. Birmingham trying to respond. Here's Stefano Pino out wide for Jake Roof. Roof trying to get it right back to him, cut out by Turchi. And Turchi clears it way over the top of everybody. Just the third start of the year for Turchi, who's a veteran now with Memphis. He made 16 starts last year. He pairs with Carson Baum Stieg in central defense tonight for 901. It's just a bit behind Pasher there from Kobe Hernandez Foster. They'll throw for Akeem Ward in Memphis. Lapa off his chest, trying to run it down. Did so with a little bit of help. There's Oscar Jimenez down the channel once again. Marlon Santos heavily involved early on. Couldn't quite get that pass around Mensah, and Marlon's going to be called for the foul as well.
So what you can see off screen, or you can't see on screen if you're not here locally, is that Marlon is starting centrally, and when the ball is picked up and potentially has an opportunity to be played in behind, he's making a diagonal run towards the corner flag or towards the sideline, and is getting that ball out wide so he can get it in a position that he's more comfortable taking on players, making defenders miss, creating for others, as he's already done tonight. I look to see him continue to do that, and Legion FC are going to have to make sure they make an adjustment to how they pick him up.
Birmingham fans plenty familiar with the dynamic nature of Marlon Santos. He spent 2022 here with the Legion, scored 9 goals, assisted 4 more before getting a move to Israel. He's come back stateside this year and playing on the other side of the Southern Harm rivalry. Good play there by A.J. Patterson, cutting out that pass from Lapa, and Enzo Martinez looking in the direction of Prosper Kassim, just a bit too far out front of him. 10+ minutes gone here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham tonight. Legion FC trying to keep this unbeaten stretch going here as Moses Mensah shields that away from Luis Fernando. Birmingham 3-2-1 so far this year, but coming off a stretch where they beat Loudoun here at home. They drew at North Carolina. Got a win against Chattanooga Red Wolves in the U.S. Open Cup and followed that up with a road win at Miami last week. So 4 consecutive across all competitions, unbeaten for the Legion. Contrast that with Memphis, who won their opener. Haven't had the same success since then. Trying to get back in the win column tonight. Morgan talking to Stephen Glass. It wasn't like he thought this Memphis side needed a big overhaul. It's just a play here and there, a mental error here and there. Sometimes that's proved to be the difference. So he has to feel very encouraged with the way this first almost 12 minutes has played out.
Absolutely. He'll love the fact that they've gone up 1-0 early in this game, and they look to be on the front foot in these first 10 minutes. They're creating chances, getting in behind, causing all sorts of problems for Legion FC's back four, who have been much better, but they're going to have to continue to make adjustments if they want to make sure they kind of stop the bleeding here a little bit.
Good touch there from Hindman. And Borzak causing problems on that right side for the Legion, forces Jake Roof backwards. Carita working with Kobe Hernandez Foster, the young midfielder, wants to play the big switch. Dawson McCartney not going to get there. That took a big hop on that turf. USL fans, the USL on CBS Networks continues next month in May as undefeated Detroit City FC takes on the defending championship title holders Phoenix Rising. That's Saturday, May 11th. Detroit City and Phoenix Rising at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central on CBS Sports Network. Another East versus West matchup coming up on national TV in a couple of weeks. This technically an East versus West matchup here in 2024. Both these teams were Eastern Conference teams when they came into the league back in 2019, but Memphis making the jump to the West here for this season after the addition of Rhode Island and North Carolina. And that Eastern Conference side of the USL table a little bit too crowded compared to the Western counterparts. Forced back. Turchi working with Vom Steeg. Memphis with a bit of possession here early. Jimenez. Down the line, Santos able to bring it under control. Hounded there by the center back, A.J. Patterson. Fernando looking over the top. Jimenez kept his run going. Got the serve away. It's dangerous. Borzak just couldn't make a clean connection.
If Legion FC can pick him, McCartney had a step. Opportunity's gone, but as Enzo Martinez picked that ball up, he had an opportunity to get McCartney in behind. So great stuff from Memphis. Again, Santos starting centrally, getting into that pocket in the attacking third, 1v1 against Patterson. That's what they're obviously starting to key on in order to open up Legion FC, and it's worked once so far.
Another good serve from Mensah. Pino got on the end of this one, but could not redirect the header on frame.
That's a great little sequence from Legion FC as they come down that left side with McCartney and Mensah, who puts in a dangerous ball for Pino, who we know can get up and score a goal with his head.
Not a bad look there from Pino, who has been on a goal-scoring spree over the past week plus. 33-year-old from Brazil. scored against Miami in the league and then scored not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 in Birmingham's win. It took 120 minutes against Chattanooga Red Wolves in the Open Cup.
He's certainly been the most threatening player for Legion FC in the past several games. So they're going to try and continue to get him service on corners, on set pieces, and seemingly down this left side where you've got a couple of left-footed players.
Quarter hour gone here in Birmingham tonight.
And again, there's Santos picking up that ball in that corner. 1v1 against Patterson.
Fernando kept the run going, collided with Mensah, and it looked like Mensah got a touch and a point to the corner. As Memphis earns their first corner of the night, but the visitors wanted more than that. There were shouts for a penalty there as Mensah tried to keep that away from Fernando. Let's see if we get another look at the contact here. Does Mensah clip Fernando from behind, and should those penalty shouts have been answered?
Mensah may be a lucky boy there, and Memphis may be a little bit unlucky not to get a penalty.
Fernando tried to sell that contact as best he could. Mensah and Birmingham escape unscathed for the moment. We'll see about this corner. Oscar Jimenez, an outswinging service that Borzak tried to get ahead to. Looks like he was beaten to it. Jimenez, a second serve. Patterson got ahead to that one, and on the volley, that is scored! A second early goal for Memphis, and what a strike from Lucas Turchi.
Tell you what, the center back's going to want to put that in his highlight reel when he finishes his career, because what a rocket that came off of his left foot. And Legion FC are stunned. Memphis has been very consistent. They've gotten the ball on their right flank, gotten Santos into the corner. 1v1 against Patterson here in the corner. He's created a goal. He has been a big part of Memphis' success so far, and you can see players on the field for Legion FC talking to each other about how they need to make adjustments in order for them to rectify this. But, you know, 2 goals in the first 18 minutes is a great start for Stephen Glasson and his Memphis 901 FC team.
Absolute bullet from Lucas Turchi. He scored a couple of times last year. He's got his first goal here in 2024, and that is an absolute banger from the center back. And a dream start for Memphis continues. Goal brought to you by AT&T makes it 2-0 Memphis.
And looking from up top, what we can see here is Memphis defensively, they're playing in flat lines. They're playing in a 4-4-2. They've got Lapa and Santos up front, and everybody else in behind him in straight lines. So Legion FC have got to find a way to break that down, to create their own chances, and so far they've been unsuccessful in figuring that out.
You see him working with Tyler Pasher centrally, redirected out wide to Roof. Birmingham trying to come up with some type of response for a couple of punches straight to the face from Memphis. Mensah, first time serve, too strong. Frustration there on the face of Moses Mensah, the former Campbell Camel. Birmingham fans, you can stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news by following at BHM Legion on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's at BHM Legion across social media. Don't forget about the Legion FC app available in the App Store and Google Play. Your way to stay up with everything Birmingham Legion FC. Good crowd here at Protective Stadium tonight, but right now, a bit shell-shocked. Birmingham kept things clean against Miami last time out. Has not been the case so far tonight. Memphis has scored not 1 but 2 early goals. It's the first time in USL Championship play that they have scored multiple goals in a contest since that season opening 2-1 win against Las Vegas.
And that little sequence of play that you just saw, Fernando checked to Jimenez, and then Jimenez played that ball over him. Santos just didn't make the run, but it's the same sequence. Memphis has spent over half of their attacking chances or their entries into Legion FC's defensive third so far have come on that right side. So they have certainly circled something and think they can continue to take advantage of, because they haven't changed a thing about what they're doing in an attacking sense.
Birmingham, meanwhile, trying to find their footing here, working with possession. So Martinez has to send that all the way back to his keeper. Delgado playing at his feet. Kobe Hernandez Foster looking over the top. Kasim made the run. Turchi got ahead to it, but Kasim got there, and a great save from Derek denies Kasim what looked like a sure goal.
What a fantastic save from Derek. That's tough to deal with because you don't know if the striker is going to take a touch, if he's going to hit it first time. Kasim goes to hit it first time, and he was very ready. Feet were set. All the muscles in his leg, his quads were loaded as he's on the balls of his feet. Got off great, makes a fantastic fingertip save to tip that beyond the post.
Corner kick brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Kobe Hernandez Foster, 21-year-old, over to that near side flag. In swinging serve, goes over the top of everybody. Another look here. What a tremendous play by Tyler Derrick.
That's a great ball from Hernandez Foster. Turchi doesn't quite get all of it, but Prosper just goes with the side foot to just try and place it. And Derrick just does a fantastic job getting his feet set and getting a fingertip on the end of that.
Big time play by the 35-year-old keeper, his 16th save of the year. Keeps this a 2-0 game. Birmingham almost had a Route 1 response, trying to get themselves back in this. Approaching the midway point here in the opening 45. Roof trying to get onto the second ball. Instead, Borzak got there. Borzak working by himself, trying to get around Hernandez Foster. Both men go to ground, and it's a free kick for the Legion. Birmingham wastes no time putting that back into play. Pino on the run. Vom Steeg deals with it. Does just enough to keep it away from that corner flag. Doesn't concede the corner. It'll just be a throw from down there.
And a little bit of panic from Vom Steeg there. He very easily could have shielded Pino away from the ball so that ball goes out for a goal kick. But, you know, again, there's an old saying that coaches will always tell defenders, when in doubt, kick it out.
Martinez working centrally, trying to keep possession. Couldn't. Here comes Memphis. It's 4-on-4 if Lapa wants to move quickly. Lapa's got Marlon Santos and Luis Fernando working with him and couldn't find either one of them.
And to be fair, on Memphis right there, that was not a very good counterattack. All the players just ran straight towards goals. If you're a young player listening at home, if you have the opportunity to get on a counterattack like where you're 4-on-4, you have to do some interchanging. And all they did was run straight towards the goal, which made it very easy for the Legion FC defenders to defend that. And Lapa had to turn back, and you know, now here we are in their own half, entering back into Legion FC's half again on that sequence.
Zach Duncan on the turn, opts to go backwards. Birmingham fans, BHMLegion.com is your home for the brand new Legion FC Electric Gold jerseys. If you're here at Protective Stadium tonight, you can get your hands on the new Vulcan kit as well. That'll be hitting the team shop here soon. And at BHMLegion.com, your home for all the new gear here in 2024. Keem Ward getting forward, hounded by Hernandez Foster. It's still Ward. This pass couldn't quite thread through. Good positioning from A.J. Patterson.
Chance for Legion FC to go quickly if they can get control of the ball. And you know, Keem Ward does a great job to get back to put pressure on Roof before he can get it to Kasim, but here he is now.
Kasim on the run. He's got plenty of space. Got Pasher working centrally. Just a bit too far in front of him. Martinez keeps it moving. Dawson McCartney serves. Couldn't quite get it all the way through the traffic to Pino.
And off screen, you've got Borzak who's down, grabbing what's seeming to be his ankle possibly, but Legion FC are continuing on. There's a player down for Memphis. He's limping on it looks like his right leg, maybe his left foot. He's waving over to the bench saying he needs help.
Borzak working gingerly against Jake Roof on that side of the field right now. He's down for a minute. Now he's back to his feet. Couldn't get it off Kasim. Kasim, Martinez. Martinez turns the corner. His cutback cut out.
Now Borzak seems to be all right.
That was a crunching challenge there that sent Marlon Santos to ground. He's down. Borzak down as well.
Now there's 2 players down from Memphis. You got Marlon Santos and Borzak, who are both down. Borzak made that run after the ball was in a good attacking position, but now both players are down. I mean, Santos took a big knock from Roof in a little bit of a collision, so we'll be interested to see if those 2 players can continue on. But again, Memphis is doing everything that they need to do defensively. Coach Glass talked about staying switched on mentally, and they are doing a great job of that. They are stymieing anything that Legion FC is throwing at them so far, and credit to them and their preparation for this match so far tonight.
Memphis in front by a couple, but concerns right now with not 1 but 2 players receiving medical attention.
And as this ball breaks, Borzak decides he wants to play.
See Borzak working gingerly here. Here's the challenge that dumped Marlon Santos. Jake Roof getting ball and then a healthy amount of Marlon. Marlon Santos to his feet. He's jogging off under his own power. The bigger concern for Memphis is the 24-year-old Dylan Borzak. We'll see if he's able to continue. He was working awfully gingerly. And Memphis might be forced into an early change. 26+ minutes in here at Protective Stadium. While we've got a moment, fans, remind you that Legion FC hits the road again next Sunday, April 14th, against North Carolina FC at 4 o'clock Central Time. You can watch that match on ESPN Plus or locally here in the Birmingham area on My 68. Legion FC returns home to Protective Stadium. First rival Memphis here tonight, and then they've got a slew of games coming up, including a home contest coming up next weekend as well against FC Tulsa. Saturday, May 4th, 6:30 Central Time. Get your tickets at bhmlegion.com. Again, that's the Legion against FC Tulsa, kicking off what is going to be a busy month of May. And Memphis is going to be forced into an early change, it looks like. So a tough break for the visitors. Dylan Borzak's night is done for about 26 minutes or so. Noe Meza, the 26-year-old from the state of Washington, will come on as his replacement. Substitutions brought to you by Papa John's. Birmingham fans, you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. First sub of the night is Memphis'. Dylan Borzak out, Noe Meza is in. So not all sunshine and rainbows here the opening half hour for Memphis. To have the opening couple of goals. They've lost one of their wingers. So Meza, who's made the jump up to USL Championship this year after a couple of seasons in USL League One with Union Omaha. He's the fresh face for the visitors. Moses Mensah on the turn is fouled by Duncan. Birmingham's got 16+ minutes left in this opening 45. Trying to get this back to a 1-goal game. Had a couple of opportunities here over the last 3, 4, 5 minutes. Steve cuts that out, sends that into his own bench. Mensah surveying his options. Pino wants a touch, not going to get one. Mensah gets it to Kobe Hernandez-Foster though, and he's got room to work. Hernandez-Foster, Pasher. Those two tried to go back and forth. The last one cut out. Marlon Santos again goes to ground. This time a free kick given.
Both sets of fans will be accustomed to seeing Marlon kind of going to ground a little bit easier than maybe some other players, but you can see the referee is now kind of starting to protect him a little bit. He has taken a little bit of beating in this match so far.
Another long ball over the top. This one played well by the Legion's defense. Moses Mensah got ahead to it. Birmingham forced to rebuild once again. Jake Roof playing directly over the top. Too tall for Pino. Oscar Jimenez tracked it down. Hernandez Foster finds Enzo Martinez lurking. Martinez, Pino. Hernandez Foster almost found Martinez, who kept his run going. Another key intervention from Turchi. Good work by Mensa. Again finds Martinez looking over the top. Derek off his line. Morgan, Birmingham starting to look a little bit more threatening here over the last few minutes.
A little bit more indeed. You know, they're still having to play seemingly more long balls or a little bit more to route one. I mean, Roof just played one a moment ago, and but you know, that little sequence right there that almost got Enzo Martinez in behind is certainly what Legion FC is going to want to do quite a bit more of. But credit to Memphis. They are staying very compact defensively. Right now, from front to back, from Vom Steeg all the way to Santos, is probably only about 30 yards. So that's very, very difficult to find space in between the lines for players like Pasher, Enzo Martinez, who are your creative guys through the middle for Legion FC. And so Memphis will want to continue to do that, as Coach Glass talked about. No mental errors on the defensive side of the ball, and they have done a fantastic job of that thus far.
A little more than a half hour in tonight. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes, your crew here at Protective Stadium this evening. Early goals for Memphis, the story so far tonight. Thanks for joining us, whether you're watching here locally on My 68 or across the country on ESPN+. Here comes Marlon Santos again, trying to get the serve away. Kavita got a piece of it.
Now the game is a little bit stretched. Memphis has tried to go forward, and so there's going to be open space for Legion FC to find some passes, but that's a great ball from Mensa to free up Kasim. So now, can they make Memphis continue to shift and get disorganized by moving the ball quickly?
Hernandez Foster wanted to go out the other side, couldn't find the option he was looking for. Hernandez Foster back on it again. This time that switch is on. Moses Mensa's got a little bit of space. Kasim on the turn. Enzo Martinez, shooting lane perhaps. That's blocked by Turchi. Cleared away by Duncan. Marlon Santos tried to break quickly, couldn't get around Patterson the first time.
It's good defending from Patterson there, because Santos is a difficult player to defend when he has the ball 1v1, especially in open space. And so if he were able to get the ball around him, Santos was certainly going to be in on goal.
Less than a dozen minutes, plus a couple of minutes of added time left here in this opening 45.
So right there, we've talked about getting him into the lines from a Legion FC perspective. Memphis has just found a way to do it. And, you know, Enzo Martinez, as Legion FC are pushing forward, is going, which leaves Kobe Hernandez Foster by himself to sit as the lone six. But he's got multiple players to have to deal with, and he can only mark one player at a time. And it's making it difficult for him to pick up and slow the Memphis attack down by himself. So Legion FC have to make sure, if they're going to play Martinez and Kobe Hernandez Foster, that they have a great communication between Patterson, Kavita, and Hernandez Foster to make sure Memphis can't drift in between those lines and create things as they have been so far.
Derek, almost a missed touch there near the mouth of goal. She clears it away only as far as Kavita. Birmingham back on it, trying to find a way through this organized and compact Memphis defense.
Right there, you can see Martinez kind of getting lined up with Vom Steeg and trying to find a way to drift in between those lines to get the ball, but it's just not there. The passing lanes are not there, and so Legion FC are going side to side, a little bit backwards, trying to be patient to find that right moment to go forward.
Kasim cutting it back inside, had that one deflected by Marlon Santos. Here comes Fernando. Jimenez racing to join the fray. AJ Patterson cuts it out.
Great defending from Patterson. And not only did he stop the attack, but he kept possession as well.
Now here comes Tyler Pasher trying to turn the corner. Quite get through all the traffic. Had not one, not two, but three white shirts to deal with there. Stieg brings it back under control. Jimenez looking long. Fernando and Marlon both making the run. Moses Mensah keen to it. Roof. Pasher. Lovely flick. Martinez on the turn.
First time ball needs to come here.
McCartney does play it first time. Dealt with by Turchi. Cleared away by Akeem Ward. It'll be a Legion throw.
Yeah, and Derek came out for that, and he and Turchi just kind of were not on the same page. Fortunately, Turchi was able to get it away, but Derek was coming to claim that one.
Birmingham trying to put the pressure on this Memphis back line. Lucas Turchi been heavily involved, working defensively so far tonight. Roof providing some width once again. Martinez trying to turn, went down, referee not by. What Enzo Martinez was selling. Forced to start this attack anew through Kavita. Hernandez Foster right back to Roof's feet. Roof a driven serve this time. Pino brings it down. Pino turns, just couldn't find the mouth of goal.
I love what just happened there. So ball gets into Pasher. Pasher plays a fantastic first time ball out wide to Roof. Roof is able to get the ball out of his feet, serve it. Great opportunity for Pino. Takes a fortunate first touch, but that touch there, and then wraps his foot around it just a little bit too far. But that's a great opportunity for Legion FC. When they move that ball quickly, they can really start to create things, but it has to be quick. It cannot be slow, because it allows Memphis not to shift and make sure that they close the passing lanes, make sure that everybody's marked up. You have to move quickly in order to be successful in that.
Fresh ball for Tyler Derrick. Fans Select is the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice. There's Prosper Kassim working at his former teammate Akeem Ward.
And Ward is going to know that Prosper Kassim loves his left foot, really uses his right foot for standing on. And he'll be able to overplay that a little bit and make sure that he can make Kassim go backwards instead of go forwards to create a chance for himself.
Birmingham's press wins possession back in the attacking third. McCartney lays it off. Hernandez Foster thought about a go.
First time.
Mensah. Can he pick out a pass here? Hernandez Foster has options in the box. Instead opts for goal. Tyler Derrick, an easy collection.
And off screen, what we can see from up here is as that ball is played backwards, Coach Glass is yelling at his guys, step forward, come forward with the ball, get out, get out, get out. What he wants to do is create more space between his center backs and Derrick, so that way he has more space to come and claim a pass or a cross, assuming it comes in. See, look, again, he's waving his guys forward, come up, come up, come up.
Martinez trying to get it back out wide. Roof once again working with Kassim. And as Foster. Kassim. That took a wicked redirection. And a stoppage here for a potential head injury. Bruno Lapa went down. And I think he might have worn that right off the side of the face. Some fans don't like it. Birmingham Legion working the attacking third, but Leo Kalume, our referee tonight, doing the right thing. Emphasis on head injuries, bringing an immediate stoppage of play here over the past couple of seasons. A bit of friendly fire there off the foot of Turchi. Lapa down. He's the third member of Memphis to receive a bit of medical attention here in this first half. Looks like he's going to be all right. While we have a moment, fans, reminder, if you can't watch the match, you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Plus, you can hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. That's all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new SXM app. So Lapa wave back on. Birmingham back on the move here in the attacking third after the ball got dropped at their feet. Memphis very quickly back to full strength. Good to see Lapa up and all right.
I don't think a little ball to the head when he's unexpecting it was going to be something that was going to pull him out of this game. I know he is very keen to show well today.
Roof had time and space. His cross, though, got partially deflected by Akeem Ward, who hustled his way back into the picture. Ward spent 1 season here in Birmingham. Lapa spent 3 as McCartney serves another that's dealt with. Fernando couldn't quite keep that in play. Again, Birmingham here operating in the attacking third, trying to ask more and more questions to this Memphis defense. Pino couldn't quite turn with possession. Lovely flick. Marlon Santos got around Patterson, and he's still moving. Pasher timed that challenge just right.
That's great defending from Pasher. He's not known for his defensive work, but he's known time and time again he will get back. He will put in a challenge if he feels he has the opportunity to, and does so in that instance and wins possession for Legion FC to go the other way.
3+ minutes, plus a little bit of added time left in this first half. Story of the half so far has been the visitors. Memphis with 2 goals inside the first 18 minutes tonight. Birmingham on the back foot, seemingly for the opening whistle. Birmingham has been searching for a response ever since. They've outshot Memphis 5-3 in this first half. Tyler Derrick's made 1 spectacular save, another more conventional one. Here's Pasher. He's got a shooting lane. Derrick saw that one all the way. Third save of the night for Tyler Derrick, the former Houston Dynamo keeper, RGV Toros keeper as well. Pasher didn't catch that one as cleanly as he would have liked. Through traffic, Derrick saw that one coming his way on a hop. Benson tried to keep it, instead gave it away. Lapa not quite on the same page with Meza. There's the danger man, Enzo Martinez. Quite on the same page with that run from Tyler Pasher. Oscar Jimenez able to bring that down. Marlon Santos able to flick it back to him. Here comes Jimenez with options, cuts it back. Just a little too far behind Lapa.
Now there's an opportunity for Legion FC to go, and the same sequence that Memphis has been using all night works again to their favor and gets them in behind. And you know, if Lapa doesn't slip, it may be 3-0 before we go into the half. But you know, Legion FC have got to figure out what they're going to do at halftime, and Tom Stone is going to have to discuss with his players how he wants to adjust for that, because Memphis is continuing to go back to it.
Birmingham back on it. Pasher dispossessed by Meza. 45th minutes here. Birmingham tonight. Fernando's been relatively quiet here in this first half. Got a couple of touches there, and now Emerson Hyman brings everything under control.
Emerson Hyman is the son of legendary SMU coach Shayless Hyman, so he will absolutely know how to control a game and put his foot on it and know when to do the right thing and when to push forward. And so he's certainly got a great tactical and soccer IQ that has benefited him for his whole career.
Ambitious try there from Akeem Ward, nowhere close to the frame. Word from down below is we're about to see 6 minutes on that board, and that is indeed the case. So 6 minutes of first half stoppage time brought to you by UAB Sports and Exercise Medicine. goals, a couple of injuries. So a half dozen more minutes left in this first half as Pino's not going to track that down.
And again, Legion FC trying to go a little bit route one, trying to go down the middle to see if they can get in behind Memphis 901 FC that way. And Turchi and Vom Stegen and Derek have done a fantastic job thus far of dealing with that.
Lapa not able to turn. Hernandez Foster took it away. Martinez. Still Martinez. Courtney joining Mensa on this side. Birmingham pushing black shirts forward. And Mensa couldn't quite bend that ball all the way around. Birmingham have had moments. They've had half chances and half opportunities. So far tonight, credit this organized back line of Memphis. They've stayed compact, they've stayed sharp. They've dealt with plenty of Birmingham crosses here in this first half. Right now it's Memphis who hold a 2-goal edge, trying to keep that edge and take it into the dressing room here. Another few minutes. Meza on the run. Kavita's going to get there first. Good work by the Birmingham captain.
It's one of the very few times seen Memphis go down that left side and try and get it behind that way. But it nearly paid off for him.
Hyndman on the turn, taken off it by Kasim. But Martinez's pass behind Tyler Pasher. Memphis right back to work. Zach Duncan working with Luis Fernando. Fernando against Mensa. Martinez coming to help. That's pretty good 1v1 defending there for Mensa. I believe that's going to be a handball against Fernando.
And Fernando kicks the ball away there, and the referee's going to have a talking to him. You know, in other leagues around the world, you'll see that players get cards for this, but...
And sure enough, the first yellow card of the night brought to you by Rubio Law Firm for time wasting shown to Luis Fernando here right at the tail end of this first half.
Referee Kalume is right to give that card. It certainly stopped the game. He unnecessarily kicked it away from Martinez as he was trying to get the ball back into play early, and a good decision there from the referee.
So it's been a pretty clean first half. We see our first yellow card caution. And as Foster looking long once again, McCartney's going to track this down. Jimenez didn't deal with it cleanly. McCartney is cross cut out by Vom Steeg. It'll be another Birmingham corner, their fourth of this first half, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. McCartney puts it back into play quickly, takes it short. Martinez. Back post for Roof. Good job by Hyndman to win that ball in the air. Pasher able to turn with possession there, but he wins it back quickly. Meza went to ground to try to get it back for Memphis, and then Pasher with that last kick out is going to be called for the foul.
You know, and this all comes from the short corner that Legion FC play. And personally, I am not a big fan of short corners. I do not like them. I think they are a lot of times an opportunity wasted for a lot of teams. Either the service isn't good because you try and create yourself a 2v1 when they only send one defender, which gives you numbers, and that makes sense. But you know, you have players like, for instance, Legion FC. They have Kavita, they have Patterson, you have Enzo Martinez, Pino, all players who can get up and win a ball in the air and potentially score a goal, and you have a free chance to serve in a corner, yet you go play short, you whip in a long ball, it gets headed away, and you have a throw in, and then you lose possession. But again, I personally am not a big fan of short corners, and a lot of teams continue to do them. So maybe I'm missing something, but a lot of times I just don't think they come off very well.
Is there time for one more scoring chance here late in this first half? Hernandez Foster tried to play to Pino's feet. A lot of contact. Pino didn't get the whistle he was searching for.
does a great job of sealing off on Stieg there, but his first touch pops up into his chest, and so it ruins the opportunity for him to play quickly and maybe slip Pasherin or Martinez, who were coming in around him. So he has to clean up that first touch if he's going to try and do something like that.
Good touch there from Duncan. Lapa couldn't quite free Fernando. Delgado redirects it out to Patterson. It'll be a goal kick for the Legion, and that might be the last real action we have in this first half. Approaching the 52nd minute. Alejo Kalume took a quick glance at his watch. Not going to blow the whistle yet. And now he does. So the first half in the books. And what a first half it was for Memphis 901 FC. Bruno Lapa, an opening goal just 4 minutes in. Lucas Turchi followed it up with one of the best strikes of his career in the 17th. And Memphis 901 FC take a 2-goal advantage into the halftime dressing rooms. Work to do for Birmingham. Coming up at the break, we went to the new kit reveal, the Vulcan kit for Birmingham Legion back on Thursday. We got some highlights from that, plus we'll get some highlights from the opening first half here between Memphis and Birmingham. The score in Southern Harm right now, Memphis 2, Birmingham 0. We'll take a timeout. More from our coverage here at Protective Stadium after this.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win. Using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better all season long? Enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
Season tickets on sale now.
Join visit the sales table located at
Welcome back to our coverage of Birmingham Legion FC here at the official jersey unveil of Oaken Park and Museum, joined by number 10, Prosper Kasim, repping the whole look for us, man. All right, I know you weren't consulted on the jerseys, but your thoughts? Do you like them?
Yeah, I think, it's very nice. It's very beautiful, and then, can't wait to rock it on Saturday.
Against Memphis 901 coming up, of course, this Saturday. So now you've got the gold, you got the black. Which one do you like better?
I think I prefer this one.
Yeah?
I prefer the black, yeah.
All right, good. Hopefully you ball out in it on Saturday, so you keep wearing it, all right?
Yeah.
Coach, today your first look at the jerseys. What do you think?
Oh, awesome. Probably the best jersey we've ever had.
Yeah,
so,
even better than the gold?
I'm real excited. Yeah, I think, black identifies with our logo so well, and gold. And then you put the Vulcan right in the center stage of it. It just looks amazing.
You guys working with Hummel here for the first year. You guys have started to get all the gear in. What's it been like working with that brand here in 2024?
Well, they keep pumping out jerseys like this. It's a good thing. So now we just have to win them, though.
Absolutely. Well, your team's coming off a couple of wins, one in the Open Cup, one down in Miami. That Miami game, probably one of the best performances your team has had this year. What did you take away from that game?
Well, I think we shifted gears from, back three. And now we're focusing on our shape a lot more, and we're harder to break down. We're not giving up as many chances, and we're creating a lot. So, that's what you want. We've been on the road. Obviously, it's been a hard start to the season, 5 out of 6 on the road. But now we get some home cooking, and I think the guys are excited to play in the game.
And it seems like some of the newer faces are starting to find their footing as well. Kobe Hernandez-Foster had a great game. Stefano Pino has scored in bunches between the Open Cup and against Miami. What has it been seeing those new guys start to have some moments here?
Yeah, it's great, and it takes time for everybody, and everybody adapts differently. I'll throw AJ into that. He's really advantageous to us as a left center back and his vocal skills. But if you look at all three, they've taken their time to grow with our team, and now you start really seeing good signs of it.
When you had that goal that you set up Stefano Pino to give you what turned into the game-winning goal against Miami, take me through that play. What did you see?
Well, at first it was Kobe. I saw him, getting the ball on his chest, and I know him very well. I knew he was going to play me that ball. And also, running towards the goalkeeper, before I realized he was on the ground, I took my touch. I could have finished, but, I feel like Pino needed it more than I did, so, I just trying to play him.
Oh, he hadn't scored enough this week after he had, 4 in the Open Cup game?
I want to keep his, the rhythm going for him.
For sure, for sure. Now, you got Memphis coming up this Saturday. That's a team that you've seen a lot in your time here playing for Birmingham Legion. Is there a particular Memphis game or moment that stands out from the time you've played against them?
Anytime we play them, it's it's a very competitive game. And I think, we treat every game against them, as equal. And I know they're going to come very strong because, there are some ex-players from here, and they will want to prove a point also. So, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, you mentioned those ex-players. I mean, Marlon, Bruno, Nico. What's it going to be like to see those guys on the other side?
Yeah, it's always, it's football, So, I feel like, before the game, we're going to say hi to each other, but when we step on that field, they are like our enemies. So, we're going to make sure, we beat them.
Well, Memphis is always more than just the game, right? They're a rival, and having some guys who played for us come back, they're going to want to try to show that you shouldn't have let them go. So we have to make sure we're ready to go.
So it was you, it was Kobe, and it was Dawson, the guys that were picked to model the new jersey. You rocked it well.
Yeah, thank you.
You repped it very well. That's Prosper Kassim, number 10, playing here this Saturday, debuting these jerseys against Memphis 901 FC. More from our coverage of Birmingham Legion coming up right after this.
The best nights start with Jägermeister. Made with 56 botanicals. Always served ice cold.
Take a miracle to come back from this. Heartbreaking end to the season. But what's this?
For the moments when anticipation.
Clock's counting down. 5 seconds. 3, 2.
Becomes celebration. Jägermeister. Meister the moment.
Distance, oh, what an effort, and it's special. Machoma fires, oh!
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Welcome back to our coverage of the 16th overall edition of Southern Horn. Memphis 901 FC in front of Birmingham Legion by a couple through one half here in the Magic City. Blake Gardner, Morgan Copes here with you tonight. Western Conference standings coming into the night look like this. Memphis won their first one. Since then, it dropped 5 straight to get below that playoff line. And a Western Conference that currently is paced by Sacramento Republic and Monterey Bay FC. On the other side of the Eastern Conference, Morgan, Birmingham Legion's unbeaten run here over the last couple of weeks has gotten them back to 5th in the East.
It has, and again, they've shown well over those past several games, but they're up against it tonight. It's a derby match. Memphis has come out hot as could be, and if it really punished Legion FC with the chances that they've had so far.
Tampa, Detroit, Louisville City, Charleston Battery, the rest of that top of the Eastern Conference so far this year. Most of those teams have advanced in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, which continues coming up on May 7th and May 8th. Birmingham Legion will take on Tampa Bay Rowdies. Memphis, on the other hand, will take on FC Dallas out of MLS. There is a chance, if Legion beat Tampa Bay and Memphis upset FC Dallas, that we get another Birmingham-Memphis matchup coming up in the Open Cup. These two teams met in the Open Cup last year as well. That game happened here at Protective Stadium. Birmingham beat Memphis 3-0 to advance in the 2023 edition of that tournament. Also, congrats to Portland, Maine. They get a USL League One team that is officially kicking off in 2025, the Portland Hearts of Pine. Going to be interesting to follow the news on that club as they get ready to kick things off coming up next season. One half in the books between Birmingham and Memphis. Memphis with just those 4 shots, but 3 of them on target. Morgan, Memphis did not take long to get things going. It was Birmingham who had most of the ball the rest of the half. They just couldn't convert that into another goal.
They can't, and so far, a lot of what they're doing is a little bit of Route 1. They've played 34 long balls so far today. Memphis has played 32. The difference in the long balls that are being played is Legion FC are playing theirs from out wide, more centrally. Memphis are kind of taking theirs from Jimenez, and they're playing them to try and get Marlon Santos in behind and 1v1 versus AJ Patterson, which has already paid off dividends tonight.
So we'll see if Birmingham tweak their tactics coming up in the second 45 minutes. They need not 1 but 2 to get back on level terms with their Southern Harm rivals. 2-0 Memphis at the break. The second half here from Protective Stadium comes your way right after this.
We are Altec, Birmingham-based since 1929. We set the gold standard in equipment and services that connect us to the power and communications we all need. From bucket trucks to digger derricks, the equipment we make helps our customers and our communities dig deeper and reach higher. We're a team. We're a family. We're looking for someone just like you. Hammer down and team up with Altec. Learn more at jobs.altec.com.
Calling all Legion fans, Birmingham Legion and your local Papa John's have teamed up to kick your hunger with these exclusive Papa John's deals. When the Legion win, you win. Get a free large pizza with the purchase of a large pizza at regular menu price the day after a Legion win using code LEGIONWINS at papajohns.com. Hungry for better? All season long, enjoy 25% off your regular menu price order when you use code LEGION at papajohns.com. Don't miss out on these great deals at a participating Papa John's.
Welcome back here at Protective Stadium. Great crowd tonight here in Birmingham, but a quiet crowd so far because of what we saw for most of that first half. Let's look at the opening highlights from the first 45 minutes. And Morgan, just 4 minutes in, a couple of ex-Legion players gave Memphis the lead.
Yeah, and Santos gets it behind, pitches that ball back for Lapa, and he makes no mistake about that one. All by himself, 8 to 10 yards from goal. Thank you very much, 1-0 Memphis.
And then a few minutes later, about a dozen minutes later, Lucas Turchi, the center back. What a strike.
I mean, this is picture perfect. Notice how the technique that he uses, for those of you watching at home, the little players, younger players, he doesn't try and hit it as hard as he possibly can. He just gets the technique right, and that pays dividends.
Big save from Tyler. Derek Prosper-Kassim had the best chance of that opening 45 for the Legion.
He did, and a great credit to Derek on this one. Has his feet set. As soon as it comes off of Prosper-Kassim's foot, he's able to leap and make that fingertip save to tip it beyond the post.
Stefano Pino had a couple of looks, one with his head and one on the turn right there. Neither one of them found the frame. A bit of frustration. That was kind of the emphasis or the emotion of the half there for the Legion. And Birmingham has made a change before the second 45 gets underway. As Tabor Itaka Preston has grabbed his number 23 shirt. He is on to start this second half. And it looks like he is going to replace Moses Mensah. So Birmingham going to tweak some things on that left side. Most of Memphis' attack was concentrated there in that first half. Substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Fans, you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. So Tabor Itaka on for Mensah. Dawson McCartney slides back. And the second half gets underway. Memphis in front by 2, looking for their second USL Championship win this year. And their first win in Birmingham in this rivalry since 2021. Memphis has only won once here in the Magic City. You got to go back to that 2021 matchup to find that lone victory. The other 2 Memphis wins in these matchups have come at AutoZone Park. Poor giveaway there by Turchi. Here comes Enzo Martinez. Pasher right back to Martinez. Martinez can only keep possession there as Tabor Itaka had cut that run inside in front of him.
And I like these changes from Tom Sohn tonight. Tabor Itaka is absolutely rapid and can get in behind Memphis. So Jimenez is going to have to make sure that he is absolutely switched on. McCartney can still come and serve, whip in crosses from that left back position and be dangerous. But Legion FC making some changes, trying to find a way to get in behind Memphis in this second half.
Marlon Santos working with Bruno Lapa on the left side. Good work by Jake Roof defensively. He got a toe in there to disrupt that. And Tyler Pasher's got a little bit of space, just couldn't quite bring that under control.
And that's the pass that you're talking about for Legion FC. We talked about getting in between the lines. You win possession quickly. Ball gets on Hernandez Foster's foot, finds Pasher. Unfortunately, the touch is not as good as he would have wanted. But those are the types of things. When you win possession, if you could find a forward pass, you will really catch the opposing team out and really give yourself a great chance to go forward.
Legion looking for a second half spark. They've been a second half team most of this year. They have not scored a first half goal in 6 of their 7 USL Championship games now. Can they find another second half goal that gets them back into this one? First things first, some defending to do. Oscar Jimenez has time. Only finds the chest of Dawson McCartney. There's Fernando. Fernando looking for a shooting lane. Didn't quite squeeze it off there, working against Roof. Now he will try, and that's blocked by Kavita.
It's great defensive work from Kavita. Stay on his feet and go down at the right time.
Lapa trying to interplay with Ward. Had that cut out by Martinez. Here comes Tabor Itaka. Out front is Stefano Pino, who's beaten to it by Vom Steeg.
Fantastic defending from Vom Steeg. Saw the danger, anticipated it, knew that ball was coming from Tabor Itaka down into the channel, and was able to get over and make the tackle to slow everything down and let his teammates get back, get their shape, stay compact. I mean, front to back right now, they're 25 yards max.
That was the story of the first half. Birmingham didn't create a ton of high-quality looks there in that first half. They had one big one. Outside of that, Memphis kept Birmingham to more half chances than full scoring opportunities. Martinez central, able to get it out wide. Tabor Itaka into the area. Luis Fernando doing well defensively. Tabor Itaka plays it off his feet. It'll be a corner for the Legion, their 5th of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Looks like Tyler Pasher's going over to take this, so it'll be an outswinger. The wind is a different story on this end of the field. there's a giant scoreboard on the south end that blocks a lot of the wind, and so on this side there's not as much whip from the wind, but as you would find on the north side of the stadium.
Two hands in the air here from Pasher. Driven ball to the back post. Headed once and twice. Steed clears it away.
What you can see Legion FC is trying to do there is play that ball driven as quickly as it possibly can get it to the back post for Gavita to get up and head it back across and kind of create a little chaos and misdirection. But Memphis was equal to it this time.
Roof went to ground. Was he fouled? Yes, he was. The whistle came a little late, but it did come, and a free kick given to the Legion. And the attacking third here, much to the dismay of Lapa, Meza, and Ward.
It's a great opportunity for Legion FC to get a right-footed player and a left-footed player, and Hernandez Foster and Pasher on it. It looks like Hernandez Foster is going to take it with his left foot instead. But again, a dangerous situation for Memphis. They don't want to continue to give away fouls in this type of area for Legion FC to whip balls into the box and potentially get in on goal.
Free kick brought to you by Birmingham Freightliner. A pair of lefties looking over it for the Legion.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hernandez Foster go over this.
Flicked on, dealt with by Duncan, who got a touch. Falls for Tabor Itaka, who can't quite find the frame from distance.
There was a lot of space had Hernandez Foster gone over that ball. Pasher could have slipped Hernandez Foster into maybe have a shot on goal. That could have potentially worked in that specific scenario, but again, a ball in for Hernandez Foster really doesn't beat the first defender, doesn't challenge Memphis defensively in that segment.
Tyler Derrick sends everybody long. 5+ minutes into this second half. Fans, don't forget you can watch the USL Championship all season long on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings here in 2024. Tabor Itaka using some of that pace, working with Pino. To Martinez central against his old teammate Lapa. Kasim a bit behind Pasher. Ward's break though halted by Hernandez Foster. Birmingham forced to build from the back again. Each side's made one change so far. Memphis was forced into one after Dylan Borzak went down due to injury inside the first half hour. Not made a change since, as Pasher is not quite going to get to that in front of Akeem Ward. Jake Roof on to the second ball though.
And if you're Tom Sohn, you continue to try and hit these diagonal balls and these long balls. You need to coach your guys and tell your guys, if you're going to hit it, overhit it, right? You don't want it to get cut out from the defender. Obviously, if you overhit it too far, it can go out for a goal kick. But at the same time, you underhit it, and the opponent can be headed against you in a counterattack.
Pasher tried to leave it for Roof, who went down in a heap. Good tackle timed there by Akeem Ward, and it had to be right at the edge of the penalty area.
It's a very good tackle from the captain here, and Legion FC need to be careful because Santos versus Patterson, and that was a bit of a rugby tackle more than anything else.
Good body positioning once again from A.J. Patterson, the first-year Legionnaire after 5 seasons with Charleston. Tyler Derrick off his line again, collects that in front of Martinez. The first time tonight Birmingham has tried to go route one right down the middle.
Derrick had to be alert, come off his line to collect that, because the last thing you want as a goalkeeper to see Enzo Martinez with the ball at his foot in your box.
Hernandez Foster, a key interception, finds Pasher, who tried to leave it for Martinez, who wasn't quite there, and now Memphis can counter quickly. Bruno Lapa in open space.
And again, you have to...
Lapa on the run, gets it back from Marlon Santos. He finds a third. It's a brace for Lapa. It's 3 to Memphis. And it's been all 901 in Southern Horn tonight.
And all of this comes from a little bit of just not being on the same page. I won't say it's a miscommunication. I won't say it's a mistake by any stretch. Pasher goes to lay a ball off for Enzo Martinez to walk on and hit first time. Enzo Martinez wasn't watching that or didn't see the same thing, and then Memphis picks it up, and when they break with speed. And that little ball from Lapa to Santos straight back to him, little give and go down the middle. 3-0 Legion, 3-0 Memphis 901 FC.
The last time Memphis beat Birmingham in Birmingham, you got to go back to 2021. Memphis had 3 goals in that game as well. Bruno Lapa has his second goal, brought to you by AT&T.
Again, you see Patterson actually goes to step to the ball, and it's played in behind, and Roof was always chasing Lapa and wasn't able to catch him, but unfortunate for Delgado. He's really kind of stuck in no man's land. There's not much he can do. He makes himself big, and Lapa just picks the right side.
Bruno Lapa scored 5 times last year for Memphis. He came into tonight goalless. Goalless no longer, not 1 but 2. For Bruno Lapa, the midfielder who scored 19 times across his 3 seasons here in Birmingham. Enjoyed his trip back to the Magic City here this evening. 3 Memphis goals for a group that had not scored 3 goals in a game at all coming into tonight here in 2024.
And, the Memphis bench and Coach Glass absolutely loved that goal. Coach Glass ran down the sidelines, waving his arms like a windmill. Just elated for his guys to go up 3-0 the early parts of the second half.
So a long road to climb now for Birmingham Legion, trailing by 3, and Birmingham's prepping a couple of subs. Right now they've got plenty of black shirts here in the attacking third, trying to find some way back into this. This game has been all Memphis. It's the 4th minute. Martinez's serve cut out by Turchi. Seam trying to keep it down here. Instead, Marlin gets his body in front. Lapa trying to play it on to Marlon Santos' run. Out of play, last touched by Marlon Santos. It'll be a Birmingham throw, and now a couple of Birmingham changes. First one announced. It's G. Marana who is coming on. And then the other one, 18-year-old on loan from St. Louis, Miguel Perez. So Marana and Perez on for Roof and Kasim. Double change brought to you by Papa John's. Legion fans, you can use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com.
And immediate Legion FC have gone to it looks as though it's a back 3 with Patterson, Kavita, and Marana. You've got Tabor Ataka on the right wing now. McCartney has been able to push up, is now kind of a left winger. It should allow for Legion FC to hopefully get forward a little bit more. But you've got Pasher and you've got McCartney now on the left side. But still, they have to find a way either to get in behind Memphis with this lineup and get service across in for Pino, or they've got to find a way to play through Memphis because they haven't had any success going over the top tonight.
Marana's pass cut out. Duncan was there waiting. Bruno Lapa brings it under control for Memphis 901. So far tonight, this is nothing short of catharsis for the visitors. Memphis, one of the most frustrated sides in the USL so far this year. Felt like they were creating goal-scoring chances. They weren't just putting them away. Put away not 1, not 2, but 3 so far here this evening.
And really, every good chance that they've had tonight, they've put away. You take away, apart from the opportunity where Lapa had a ball pitched back to him, where he slipped and wasn't able to get on the end of it. But every other chance that Memphis has created so far, they've buried in the back of the net.
Fernando opts to recycle. Vom Steeg and Turchi. Memphis in no hurry, in front by 3 goals here on the road, looking for their second win of the year. USL Championship play. Jimenez pulls it in again. Marlon Santos clipped off it from behind by Patterson for a moment. Memphis able to win it back in that deep corner. Keyboard under a bit of pressure, able to escape it. Approaching the hour mark here in Birmingham. Memphis 3, Birmingham 0. Memphis looking for more, perhaps. Ward chips it over the top. Marana got only a touch. It was an emergency clearance from Delgado.
Very alert from Delgado because he can't pick that up with his hands because Marana played it back to him with his feet. So he had to be very alert to get that ball away before Memphis could get on the end of it.
Now Memphis will make their second change of the night. It's the veteran midfielder Leston Paul, the 34-year-old from Trinidad and Tobago, who is coming on to replace Zach Duncan. So Duncan's night done after about an hour. Leston Paul will replace him. Substitution, again, brought to you by Papa John's. Now Keem Ward will take the captain's armband off his arm and put it on the veteran midfielder who has appeared in over 100 matches now in his 6th season with Memphis 901 FC. 5th appearance of the year, or pardon me, the 6th of the year for Leston Paul. For the 2nd straight weekend, he'll play the last half hour or so. So a little less than 30 minutes to play tonight. Hernandez Foster. G. Marana, the sub, connecting with the other sub, Preston Tabordi-Taka, but those two not quite on the same page at the very end.
That seems to be the story of the night for Legion FC. Unfortunately, is it's shown some things that could have been great, could have created chances, but in the end, it just not the chemistry is just not quite there. From what we're seeing tonight.
A night filled with frustration so far for the Legion. Have a little less than 30 minutes to turn that around. A Birmingham throw right in front of their own bench. Birmingham fans, don't forget you can stay up to date on all the latest Legion FC news following at BHM Legion on X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You can also download the Legion FC app. The App Store and Google Play. That's at BHM Legion across social media, your home for all things Birmingham Legion FC. Taka, bit of friendly fire as Martinez was trying to make a run off him. Another Birmingham throw. Right in front of Tom Sohn, their head coach. Martinez on the half turn. Pino. Hernandez Foster.
Take a touch and whip this in. That's what he needs to do. Take a touch and whip it in.
Courtney does just that. Good defending done by Emerson Hindman. And that should be a foul and a free kick, and it is. Santos clipped from behind by A.J. Patterson. Memphis will take their time putting this back into play. Now they do get things restarted through their center backs and Emerson Hindman. Fernando plenty of space to turn. He's got options. Akeem Ward one of them, but a great play by Marana to cut out that pass. And now Birmingham pushing forward. Marana picks his head up, trying to find someone in a black shirt. Leston Paul instead heads that out of trouble. Turchi almost gave it away. That was big time stuff from Hindman. Otherwise, Enzo Martinez is in on goal.
Yeah, he saved his team a goal right there for sure. And what great awareness to get down and put again a good tackle to make sure that Martinez is not through on goal 1v1 with Derek.
Free kick here for Memphis. Free. Let the advantage go for a moment, but only for a moment.
I really like what I've seen from this Memphis side tonight. They've been very resilient defensively. They've been lethal in attack and have not missed any of the chances that they've been presented to them. And credit to Coach Glass for focusing on those things. And they still have a good 25, 30 minutes left to play. But thus far, I mean, they get an A+ in my book on the report card.
Last year in Stephen Glass's first year at Memphis, it was a Birmingham-Memphis matchup that really turned Memphis this season. Memphis was up and down at the start of last year. They came here to Birmingham to play in the U.S. Open Cup, and it was Birmingham 3, Memphis 0. Same scoreline we've got tonight, but just reversed. Memphis didn't like that taste in their mouth, but after dropping out of the U.S. Open Cup, they went on to win 6 of their next 7 matches. Collected 19 points from those next 7, vaulted up the Eastern Conference table, and really set the stage for the second half of their year. Earned themselves a home playoff game last year. Pasher whips in a ball that's dangerous and dealt with the first time, and Derek didn't make a clean catch initially, but able to recover.
I like what I'm seeing from Pasher and McCartney right now. Pasher's getting the ball out wide on his left foot. He didn't play McCartney in this time, but you could see the idea was there. McCartney got in or was looking to get around Pasher and get in behind Memphis, and Pasher chooses not to play him in this instance, but that's something that if it continues to present itself, it could be an opportunity for Legion FC to get in behind Memphis.
Birmingham trying to create time working against them. Scoreline as well. Ball over the top for Tabor Itaka. He's going to get there in front of Ward. Tabor Itaka brings it down. His shot just a little bit wide.
Almost the exact same spot that Marlon Santos was in when he pitched that ball back to Bruno Lapa, and Perez was coming in and would have had a great opportunity to walk into that and hit it on goal, but instead he chooses to go himself, and unfortunately doesn't put it on frame and doesn't trouble the goalkeeper.
Pretty good look there from Tabor Itaka, who provided a jolt for Birmingham down the stretch last season. Coming over, late season transfer from Las Vegas. Delgado off his line, make sure that ball gets all the way to him. This Birmingham team that had their way with Memphis last year, beat them 3-0 in the Open Cup, drew here at home late in the year, and then went to AutoZone Park. Beat Memphis 2-1 on the back of 2 very quick second half goals. Helped Birmingham shore up their playoff positioning late last year. So far, tonight's has belonged to Memphis, the 16th edition of Southern Harm. Pino, a flick, and another big stop by Tyler Derrick, his second of the night.
It's a fantastic save. Again, his feet are set. He's ready for the chance to come his way, and he does his job. And that's what you pay your goalkeeper to do, to be prepared in all instances. And a good ball in from Hernandez Foster, and Pino gets on the end of it and flicks it over to that corner. But again, Derek just does a fantastic job of just being on the balls of his feet, ready to just move the moment that ball is redirected towards goal. It does a fantastic job.
Stoppage here as another Memphis player is down. Meanwhile, Memphis is going to make a trio of changes, brought to you by Papa John's. Alvaro Quezada is coming on for Oscar Jimenez. That's the first announced change. The Knight Pickering and Tulu both waiting to come on to this turf as well. Looks like Marlon Santos is going to check out here at this stoppage. I believe that's who Knight Pickering is coming on for. Tulu on as well. Luis Fernando slow to get to his feet, and it looks like that might be the last action he gets tonight too. Pickering waiting until Fernando gets all the way off the field of play. And now he's allowed to come on. So Pickering on, the 19-year-old, now in his second full season with Memphis, his third season overall.
Marlon Santos. For me, maybe runner-up for player of the match behind Bruno Lapa, but those two have combined all night to give Legion FC fits. And, Santos has done a fantastic job of getting down into the channels and behind Legion FC and creating, and just a fantastic display from him.
Those two have caused trouble all night long. Another hard shift, but a good one for Marlon Santos. Memphis has now used 5 changes. Meza in the first half, Leston Paul here early second half, and now Alvaro Quezada, Knight Pickering, and the defensive substitution Tulu here. As we approach the 71st minutes, touch of traffic there from Perez, the youngster. And as Foster looking over the top, Pasher kept his run going. Pasher a first-time serve, the back post where Ward deals with it. Couldn't keep it close by, under pressure from Meza.
See, it's a lot of times for Legion FC, as they play the ball side to side and across the back, it's a little slow. The opportunity to get the ball out to Pasher on the wing with space is there, but their defenders are taking maybe 1 or 2 extra touches, or just taking 1 or 2 extra seconds to get that ball wide to him. And at that point, the chance and the opportunity to really get it a defender is gone.
Him still trying to throw numbers forward. Tabor Itaka working again. Got Morana to his right, opts for Martinez instead. Martinez couldn't squeeze off a shot through traffic. Morana. Tabor Itaka, lovely touch. Martinez!
Handball.
That looked like it caught a piece of an arm. Referee says no, it was off the chest. Be a Birmingham throw. Legion players and fans can't believe it. They thought that should have been a handball. Morgan did as well.
Yeah, we had a fantastic look of it from up here in the press box, and that certainly hit the right arm of the defender. And unfortunately, Legion FC is not going to reap the benefit for him. And Memphis is lucky, but again, clearly hits the wrist of the defender of Tulu, and sometimes it's just not your night.
Been that kind of night for Birmingham Legion FC. Birmingham head coach Tom Sohn saw the replay on the video board here, and now he and his bench have been shown a yellow card caution as well. Well, Kavita shown a yellow card for his latest foul, brought to you by Rubio Law Firm. Sohn has been shown yellow, and someone on his bench has been shown yellow too. So 3 yellow cards, all brought to you by Rubio Law Firm in that sequence.
For a moment, I thought Tom Sohn was about to get his second yellow, be sent off, because he is still hot. You can see him, see his face red from up here in the press box. He was very unhappy with that. And there's a lot of questions about, if you introduce a simple VAR, does that allow the referee to go back and change that? And, not available for USL Championship play, but if you're a Legion FC fan, you're really upset about that. If you're a Memphis 901 FC fan, you probably take a deep breath and realize you've maintained your clean sheet.
Been that kind of night for Birmingham Legion, and a night filled with frustration. Hands of their Southern Harm rivals just kind of tacks on to it. 73rd minute here, Protective Stadium, Birmingham. Still trying to make that uphill climb. It's the Memphis defense, fortunate to still have a clean sheet intact, as Morgan said.
And it came from a really great passage of play from Legion FC. A lot of little simple passes that allowed them to get in behind and release Enzo Martinez and get that shot away. But that's been few and far between from Legion FC tonight.
Another clean collection there for Tyler Derrick. Birmingham fans, Birmingham Legion here at home tonight, and they're at home next weekend as well. Birmingham Legion and FC Tulsa comes your way Saturday, May 4th, 6:30 Central Time. Watch here on ESPN Plus or on My68, but get your tickets now, bhmlegion.com. That's Birmingham Legion and FC Tulsa. The home match for the Legion kicks off the month of March before they hit the road. US Open Cup to take on Tampa Bay Rowdies. Rare double matchup, Birmingham and Tampa Bay. They'll play in the Open Cup, and then they'll play a game that was already scheduled in USL Championship play. Also at Al Lang Stadium. Memphis, meanwhile, will head to FC Dallas. Before that, they'll play Tampa Bay coming up next weekend. Back home at AutoZone Park. Approaching the final quarter hour tonight. Memphis 901 with 3 goals this evening. Bruno Lapa in the 4th minute. Turchi in the 17th, and then Lapa one more time. Less than 10 minutes into this second half. And Patterson under pressure, dispossessed by Meza. Here comes Meza on the run. Lapa joining. Meza couldn't quite pick out the pass. Would have given Lapa an opportunity at a hat trick.
Patterson will be very thankful that Kavita was able to intercept that pass. But again, Legion FC a little careless in their passing. You know, not quite a square ball, but balls played into the midfield, just easily picked off by Memphis. And you know, unfortunately, for Memphis they haven't punished them. But you know, a lot of very dangerous passes have been played by Legion FC into that midfield tonight. And, you know, they're going to want to try and change that before they find themselves getting caught out 4-0.
Hard to believe, based on the scoreline, that it was Birmingham who was coming in on the unbeaten run. A win against Loudon, draw at North Carolina, win in the Open Cup against Chattanooga Red Wolves out of USL League One, and then a win at Miami. Contrast that with the run of form Memphis had been on. They beat Las Vegas to start the season, then lost 5 straight in the league. Did beat Miami United in the U.S. Open Cup, but we're looking for some type of positive vibes here in USL Championship play. They have found that in spades here at Protective Stadium this evening. Moritaka on the run again, working on this right side for the Legion. Couldn't quite get through 3 white shirts, but he does win Birmingham a corner. Their 6th of the night, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Diba Nwegbo is set to check in for Birmingham here at the next stoppage. Birmingham play the corner short. Tabor Itaka, a shooting lane opens, but he couldn't keep it down.
Again, I like I like how that one came off. However, I still don't like short corners. I mean, it was just he has an opportunity, but it's not a great angle. He hits it, you know, into row Z, and doesn't really have an opportunity to really challenge Memphis on the goal. And the execution was decent from the passing, but it didn't create a chance in the end that was on target and trouble the goalkeeper.
Birmingham will make that change now, it looks like. Diba Nwegbo on. And he's going to replace Tyler Pasher. So birthday boy Tyler Pasher makes way for the 22-year-old. Diba Nwegbo substitution brought to you by Papa John's. Birmingham fans, use code LEGION for 25% off your regular menu price online order at papajohns.com. So a 78th minute change here for the Legion. Good footwork and a crowd by Meza, but he's dispossessed in the end. First touch for Nwegbo since coming on. Perez trying to keep it moving, right idea, but Turchi picked it off.
Knight Pickering was in it. Had Meza decided to slip him in down that channel, but he made a fantastic off the ball run and took the defender away, and then came back to the left side and would have been in behind Legion FC had he gotten that ball.
Cardney quickly gets it back into play to the 17-year-old keeper, Fernando Delgado. Making just his 2nd ever start with the Legion tonight. His first one went swimmingly at Miami. This one been a bit tougher. The 17-year-old, granted, hasn't been a whole lot he could do about any of the goals that have pierced the back of his net tonight. Anderson looking long over the top, and Derek collides with his own player, Akeem Ward. Both those guys go down. A throw for Birmingham after an emergency clearance. Derek is up and okay, but Ward, the smaller, and that Memphis on Memphis collision is still down on the turf.
Yeah, that's something you never want to see. Goalkeepers are coming out, and they're expecting the way to be cleared, and you know, I don't think Akeem Ward's very happy about that one, but looks down and then realizes he's tried to get out of the way, and doesn't end well for anybody. But fortunately, both players are back up and are in the game.
Memphis has had a couple of injury scares tonight. Dylan Borzak had to leave earlier tonight. Marlon Santos went to ground a few times for some tough collisions.
If you look over on the sidelines, you can still see Coach Glass telling his guys to step up and stay compact, and you know, they're still playing very hard in this game, and certainly want to see this out and get a clean sheet. What wonders that would do for their confidence.
Good tackle, timed well from Ward there. Taka spilled and went down holding his leg, but Ward got plenty of ball there on that challenge. 80 minutes gone here in Birmingham tonight. Birmingham Legion, despite having more shots and the same number of shots on frame as Memphis, have not found the back of the net against Tyler Derrick and company, while Memphis have found not one, not two, but three. It's pretty from Kobe Hernandez-Foster, dropping off Knight Pickering. Marana, his serve blocked by Ward, redirects to Hernandez-Foster, but before that, a handball called just outside the area and a yellow card shown to Ward. Akeem Ward can't believe it. Let's see if we get another look here, whether Ward did get a hand on it. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm, and it sets up a Birmingham Freightliner free kick.
I mean, it hits him square in the bum, in the right cheek, and definitely not a handball. Based on what we saw in the replay, it gives Legion FC an opportunity to whip in a dangerous ball and maybe get one back here, but you know, only one on the wall, so Hernandez-Foster could easily get a shot on target if he would like.
As Foster rolls it through, it redirects a couple of times out to Perez, who just is a little bit too tall.
Interesting choice to play that ball along the ground, but it nearly pays off. It gets through several defenders. I mean, that's not something that you typically think is going to happen as a defender, a ball shot low like that. And but, you know, nothing comes of it, but you know, it definitely bounced around and was there for the taking, and Perez just puts it over the bar. But
not a bad look there from another one of the youngsters in this Birmingham group, 18-year-old Miggy Perez. Didn't miss that top of the frame by much. So Martinez, Tamori Taka, trying to cross it through, didn't get all the way through to Pino. Trying to usher it out of play. Meza touched it off of him. It'll be a Memphis throw.
It's great work from Meza just to not give up on the ball and take a swipe at it. And unfortunately, he gets on the end of it and gets it off of Marana. And you know, Memphis were able to take another breath and get the ball forward.
Birmingham fans, if you're looking to grab some of this season's Legion FC merch to wear to Legion's next home game, check out all the new gear now at bhmlegion.shop. That's bhmlegion.shop to make sure you're ready for the next home game here at Protective Stadium, which of course is next weekend. Birmingham Legion taking on FC Tulsa. Pickering and Memphis win another throw for their side as we enter the 84th minute. Memphis trying to see out a 3-0 victory. Bit of revenge for Stephen Glass's group after it was this same scoreline in reverse that knocked Memphis out of the U.S. Open Cup here on this turf a year ago. Memphis, though, pressing forward like they want a fourth. That pass doesn't quite get to its intended target in Ward.
must go with pace. You have to go with pace. All the runs are straight, easy to defend. Now you have the ball wide for Legion FC to get at them, but
Moritaka whips it across to Marana. Marana's serve blocked away by Ward. Martinez met by Paul. Pino forced backwards. Marana, another dangerous looking ball. Derek again with sure hands.
In just a couple of those sequences right there, you saw Pino checking to the ball, trying to get it to his feet. And Vom Steeg and Turchi have done a fantastic job of dealing with him tonight and making sure he doesn't get on the end of the crosses, apart from maybe one or two. But, they've done a great job of staying compact, staying solid. Tulu, when he's come in, it's so hard when you have defenders come in, and particularly as a center back, sliding in to make sure that you keep that same level of organization. But credit to Coach Glass and Memphis tonight. They have done a great job with that.
Birmingham with possession at their feet once again. Fans, don't forget eFootball 2024 is here. You can live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, so download it now on the gaming system of your choice. Martinez tried to let that roll through. It only found the waiting feet of Vom Steeg, who clears it as far away as possible. Carson Vom Steeg made 15 starts last year for Memphis. He's made 6 straight so far this season. Has really locked himself into that right center back spot for Stephen Glass and this 901 team. Nwegbo trying to go at Akeem Ward. Again, Ward times the challenge right. Pickering bumped from behind by Nwegbo. It'll be another Memphis free kick. Memphis 901 FC have come to Protective Stadium tonight. They have done the job. Something that hasn't happened a whole lot for Memphis in this rivalry. Coming into the night, Birmingham 5-1-2. 5 wins, just 1 loss, and 2 draws against Memphis here in the Magic City. Memphis had just won 3 of these Birmingham-Memphis games over the 15 times this rivalry has been contested. They are exercising some demons tonight with this type of scoreline and what they've been able to do. Worked by Dawson McCartney, got around Lapa, couldn't get much further than that. Moritaka has served partially blocked by Ward. Tonight talking about how much Akeem Ward gets active in the offensive end. Lovely touch. Martinez is through. Martinez denied by Derek again. Tyler Derek, have a night.
Yeah, what a fantastic save. Again, gets out, makes himself big on the balls of his feet, ready to pounce on the strike as it comes his direction. And, again, Legion FC, find a chance. Derek makes a big save. What a ball from Perez there. To slip Martinez in behind, but again, equally great save from Derek. Gets enough on it and pounces on the ball the second he gets back up, and he's had a great match tonight, and what a great display from their number one.
Tyler Derek has kept Birmingham off the scoreboard tonight with 3 fantastic saves. Acrobatic work from Ward, and that's going to go all the way back to Delgado's box. Took an awkward bounce there. 17-year-old deals with it in the end. Just a couple of minutes left in our 90 minutes of regulation. We'll have a couple of minutes of added time on top of that. Into the wide areas, Hernandez Foster. Moritaka. Tulu got ahead to that serve. Rana on the turn. Got around Meza. Did Meza get a touch on the way? No, he didn't. It'll be a Memphis goal kick. Tyler Derrick can take his time putting it back into play. Birmingham Legion have set a new season high in passes attempted tonight. Over 600. Legion have had plenty of the ball. That has not been the issue. The issue has been finding a breakthrough against what has been a pretty organized Memphis defense. Memphis has been fortunate on a penalty shot that likely should have been a penalty. Tyler Derrick's made some big saves, and by and large, this Memphis back line has frustrated Birmingham Legion tonight.
Yeah, they certainly have, and you know they've Legion FC have been able to complete so many passes because Memphis hasn't had to have the ball. They haven't had to go and chase the game and chase a goal. They've been able to do their best to.
Derrick again, another huge save. The offside flag comes up. Iggy Perez again, awfully close to getting Birmingham a goal back, but Tyler Derrick, another important stop.
Again, Derrick, feet are set, ready for the shot, well prepared for anything coming his way, and you know Perez does a great job of rolling Vom Steeg and getting into the box, and doesn't get enough purchase on the opportunity. But again, you know Derrick right there, ready and waiting, has done a great job tonight of keeping a clean sheet for Legion for Memphis 901 FC.
Mike Bo along the byline, didn't get that cross away in time. That'll be a Memphis goal kick. By the way, it is 4 minutes of added time to close the night, brought to you by UAB Sports and Exercise Medicine. Tyler Derrick came into the night averaging about a couple of saves a game. 6 starts and 14 saves coming into the night. He's made 5 big stops tonight. At least one of those is going to get nominated for USL Championship Save of the Week.
I think my choice would be the one in the first half on Prosper Kassim. Again, just such a he's 10, 12 yards away from his goal, and Kassim is 20, 25 yards away and hits it first time. And you know, you just don't know what a player is going to do there, but he makes a fantastic fingertip save and only gives up a corner instead of a goal.
And as Foster just spent that ball outside of Lapa, back into the channel for Nwigbo. Bo gets it back to McCartney. McCartney's serve blocked by Paul. Somehow that spun and stayed in play. Goes out to Bruno Lapa. The man of the night for the former Birmingham Legion midfielder has haunted his former club this evening with a brace.
He's going to owe Marlon Santos a nice dinner after tonight for setting him up for both of those goals. You know, he did the final work and put the ball in the back of the net, which a lot of time is the hardest thing to do. But Marlon Santos created both of those goals and deserves a lot of credit for that as well.
Free kick here for Memphis as Meza works his way to his feet. A lot of goals tonight across the USL Championship. A lot of one-way action. Tampa Bay Rowdies 3-0 over New Mexico. Louisville City 5-0 over Hartford. Near Protective Stadium tonight, Memphis 3-0 over Birmingham. With a little more than a minute left for our minimum of 4 minutes of added time come to a close. Birmingham chased the game most of the night. They've outshot Memphis 17-7. They've put 6 shots on target. Tyler Derrick's made some big stops, and Memphis has made those early goals stand up. Almost to give away here at the back. It was eventually given away. Bruno Lapa's got a chance. Bruno Lapa lays it off instead. Meza couldn't squeeze it off before Hernandez Foster took it off his feet. It's going to be a corner and also a yellow card shown to Delgado. A bit of a kick away there in frustration. Yellow card brought to you by Rubio Law Firm.
Louisville City's now 6-0 against Hartford.
Sheesh.
Pittsburgh gets a big win against Detroit tonight, giving Detroit their first loss of the season.
Lapa will take this short. Memphis trying to let the final seconds of stoppage time elapse here. Austin Paul, a hard challenge there against Tabor Itaka. Free kick given to Birmingham.
Yeah, that was a little reckless from Paul coming in, flying in on a tackle like that so late in the game. You know, you don't need it. You're up 3-0. Why risk going in for a tackle like that to potentially see a card and damage yourself?
We're through our minimum of 4 added minutes into the 95th. As Memphis waiting for this final whistle to sound. Haven't gotten it just yet. Tulu keeps it moving. Turchi. Memphis 901 FC putting the finishing touches on what has been the performance of their season so far here in 2024. From the 4th minute on, Memphis took control, and Memphis 901 FC picks up a massive result. They are 3-0 winners here in Birmingham tonight in this 16th edition of Southern Harm.
Credit to Coach Glass and Memphis 901 FC coming here, getting a result, and literally doing the things that he said they needed to do well in order for them to come away with 3 points. He said they've been in every game this season. It's been close. They just haven't finished their chances, which they did tonight, and they've made mental defensive errors in previous games, and there were no mental defensive errors tonight for them.
Birmingham Legion, a frustrating night for them in front of their home fans, but Memphis picks up a massive road victory. 3-0 our final score here at Protective Stadium. We'll take a timeout and wrap up our USL Championship coverage right after this.
What's up, everybody? I'm Deontay. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is the flavor it provides. It's seasoned to perfection. It's juicy every time. The pepper jack, it melts on top, and it gives it that little kick. Along with the zest from the chicken, is memorable when you bite into it. Just thinking about how it's stacked up, that's what I look forward to every time. This Spicy Deluxe is fire.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
These waves are going to be 10 to 15 feet tall, crashing.
And those that see the perfect wave.
A couple of old teammates catching up. Bruno Lapa and Jake Roof after tonight's match here at Protective Stadium. Bruno Lapa, the man of the match this evening. And for Memphis 901 FC, 2 of the 3 goals tonight belong to him. And his Memphis club picks up their 2nd win of the year, their first road result of the campaign. Memphis 3, Birmingham 0. Our final tonight as we look at our final stats in Morgan. It looks lopsided on the stat sheet. Birmingham chasing the game from the 4th minute onward. They created their chances. Tyler Derrick came up with some stops, and in the end, Memphis a well-earned clean sheet.
Absolutely. Tons of credit to Coach Glass and Memphis 901 FC tonight. Possession. Memphis didn't have to have the ball. They were up 2-0, and they got their 3rd on the counter. They made their chances count tonight, and Legion FC weren't able to do that. Due in part, Derrick just having a fantastic night. He had a blinder.
No doubt about it. Tyler Derrick saw 17 shots, 6 of them on target. He made 6 saves in this match alone. He and Memphis are back in the win column. That snaps 5-game skid that Memphis had in the USL Championship coming into tonight. Now can they build on that momentum, Morgan? They got a big home matchup coming up against Tampa Bay.
They do, and Tampa got another great result tonight, so them coming to Memphis is going to be something that they're going to look at, and Coach Class is going to be saying this week, let's keep this momentum going.
And then they have that big showdown against MLS side FC Dallas in the U.S. Open Cup. Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion, they've got to get right next weekend here at home against FC Tulsa. Kind of want that game before you play Tampa Bay Rowdies, not once but twice, between the USL Championship regular season match and the Open Cup game.
Certainly, and the nice thing for Legion FC is that they play at home again, so they're going to have an opportunity to rest in their own beds. And Tom Sohn is going to have to get the troops together and hopefully get them a little bit more organized and find ways to create more goals as well as keep people out of their own.
Birmingham Legion fell behind early tonight. It really changed the game from 4 minutes on, and then again from 17 minutes on. Memphis was up 2-0 inside the first 20 minutes here tonight. 3-0 Memphis, our final score. The 16th edition of Southern Harm results in the 4th Memphis win in this rivalry. Perhaps the only meeting we get between these two sides here in this 2024 campaign. That'll do it for our coverage of the USL Championship tonight here at Protective Stadium. For Morgan Copes and our entire crew, thanks for watching our coverage of Southern Harm tonight. Bruno Lapa, the man of the match this evening. An early goal set the stage for what we saw the rest of the night from Memphis 901 here on this Protective Stadium turf this evening. Third loss of the year for Birmingham Legion, the second win of the campaign for Memphis 901 FC. For our entire crew, thanks for watching our coverage live here from the Magic City, Birmingham, Alabama. We'll talk to you again next time for another edition of USL Championship Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Duncan. Lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed onside. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combine to give Memphis the opening goal of this edition of Southern Horn.
And Memphis has come out on the front foot. In Legion FC, you can see they're kind of sitting in a lower block. And
Zach Duncan. Lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed onside. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combine to give Zach Duncan. Lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos. Zach Duncan. Lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed onside. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combine to give Memphis the opening goal of this edition of Southern Horn.
And Memphis has come out on the front foot. In Legion FC, you can see they're kind of sitting in a lower block. And
Zach Duncan. Lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed onside. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combine to give Memphis the opening goal of this edition of Southern Horn.
And Memphis has come out on the front foot. Legion FC, you can see they're kind of sitting in a lower block, and Memphis is getting at them. They are not.
Zach Duncan, lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos stayed on side. Santos has options, picks one out, and he finds Bruno Lapa. The two former Legionnaires combined to give Memphis the opening goal of this edition of Southern Harm.
And Memphis has come out on the front foot. Legion FC, you can see they're kind of sitting in a lower block, and Memphis is getting at them. They are not taking.
Zach Duncan, lovely ball threaded through. Marlon Santos